Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to remind you that we are opposing the motion that this House believes there is no place for censorship in a democracy. Now, as a summariser, I would like to bring this debate back to the real crux of the argument. We're not talking about 18 movies and whether or not these should be censored or not, because there is obvious problems and obvious dangers with the motion that's been proposed today. My 2 points of clash today will be that censorship protects citizens and society, and that the lack of censorship can be very dangerous, as Rupert expressed quite deeply in his debate today. I'd like to start with my first point of clash, that censorship protects citizens and society. Of course, stuff like racial material and terrorist material and stuff that incites violence should be censored. And there's been this whole thing about how we can't get the logistics of this. It already happens. We already censored stuff in our democracy, and it works. Censoring stuff as Rupert said, the tweets about from police delete tweets that incite violence or incite things that are going to cause riots and things at football matches. They protect society, and they already happen, and that censorship works. There is place for censorship in a society if it's going to protect the public. Stuff like the royal family and how there aren't any pictures of them in our newspapers stops people from saying
information.
No, thank you. Bad things about the monarchy, and it keeps our royal family protected. No, thank you. Perhaps it goes overseas, but here in this country we support our royal family and we're really supportive towards them.
Point of information.
Accepted.
Who has the right though to choose what is acceptable? Because you still haven't discussed that. Who has the right to say that we don't have a right to question the monarchy?
Of course, fine. No, I don't The point is that I'm saying is that the point of this debate is that there is already censorship in society. Whoever chooses that chooses it, and it works. We want to stick with the status quo. No, thank you. We want to stick with the status quo. What's already happening in society now, the way it works, by censoring really dangerous and harmful material like terrorist information, stuff like that. That is keeping our society safe, and it's protecting citizens. So there is obviously a place for censorship in society if it's going to protect us. Now, I'm going to move on to my second point of clash because I think it's really important. This motion today is dangerous. It is going to harm people if information is censored, such as WikiLeaks. The fact that illegal videos such as American soldiers for example, in another country, American soldiers shooting citizens are put up on Wikipedia and stuff like that, and information that terrorists can use, really dangerous information, is put online. Yet we try to censor that, and we do it as best we can, and that protects society. And obviously, it's dangerous not to have censorship. Go for it.
Surely it's better that we know about these things so that we can tackle the problem rather than cover them up and have the problem underlying within society.
No, but we know that these problems are out there. You're saying it like everyone's so blind to all these problems. We know that there's terrorist attacks. We know that rape is bad. We know it as people in this room. We know that this stuff is bad, and no, thank you. We're taught at school, we're taught at home, we're taught by our parents what is good and bad. By showing us it isn't going to make it any better. It's not going to stop it from happening. But by censoring things that are dangerous, of course, that's going to protect society more. Yes, Emma?
If we know all of these things, why do we need to hide them from people in the first place?
Because they can be harmful, and if we know about it, but they're stopped from, the tweets on Twitter that are going to start riots and stuff, if they're hidden from people, then they're going to stop at least a small group of people, perhaps, from joining into harmful behaviour. And even if it doesn't stop the whole problem, at least censorship works slightly to prevent things that are going to be really dangerous. Yes, totally.
Surely, if you try and block people's tweets, the number of people that have seen them already, that will cause people to organise it in different ways, like by texting.
Yes, of course, but what we're trying to say is at least a little censorship can help, and it can provide at least, stop from one person committing a crime or one person being harmed. Even if it's just one person, at least censorship works. And we know that censorship works. Stuff that's kept out of the newspapers is to protect us. Stuff that's kept out of social media is to protect us. And we're protected, and society as a whole is safe. Yes, maybe not, the whole thing about 18 movies and whether or not you can watch them is a different situation. But censorship, where it actually is really important, is where it works. Censoring terrorist information, racial material, stuff that incites violence. Those are the most important things, and today, this House believes that we should censor harmful material, as we already do, because it works in today's society, and that is why you should oppose this motion today.